You might have noticed that the Glorious Revolution of 1688 is a pretty big deal in the second book. This is because the English in Old England and in the New World saw it as a pretty big deal, as did the revolutionists a century later. I hope you'll see, as you move into the second part of the book, towards the American Revolution, the similarities between the two revolutions. Often we focus on the fact that the American Revolution was a Republican revolution that abolished monarchy, and so we see that as the defining purpose of the revolution. I think this misses the point. It misses their point. The fact that they used Republican rhetoric in 1776 shouldn't cloud our judgment about the goings-on here. The bone of contention in the Revolutionary era, from 1763 to 1775, was not monarchy versus republicanism, but centralized power versus local power, arbitrary government versus government by consent. It's no different from the dynamics you read about in the Glorious Revolution in England, or the dynamics of aristocratic resistance that led to the issuing of the Magna Carta. Local governance was traditional and considered an ancient liberty in the classical sense. The governing principle of the English Empire, what we call salutary neglect, local communities governing themselves, this governing principle reflected that old world mindset about local governance. The empire's salutary neglect constitution, that is the empire's salutary neglect structure. The term constitution simply means how a government is constituted, how the government is organized, how it functions. So the empire's salutary neglect constitution allowed the old English habit of local governance to take hold and get entrenched in the New World, just like in the Old. Jack Green's article talks about this very thing. Administrative centralization, the centralization of government bureaucracies, the concentration of power in the central government, it violated those ancient unwritten liberties, rights, customs, and rules. It violated a broad and traditional agreement on the way we do things around here. This is exactly why these conservative revolutionaries were insistent on writing down those unwritten rules. They wrote them down in the 1215 Magna Carta, in the 1689 Bill of Rights, in the 1781 Articles of Confederation, in the 1789 Constitution, and the 1791 Bill of Rights.